I don't understand how people find wearing braids disrespectful or they're calling it cultural appropriation. Please explain to me how this is cultural appropriation. There's nothing wrong with this hairstyle. Vikings literally are the ones that created braids in the first place, and I think anyone can wear braids. It doesn't matter what you look like, if you're black, blue, green, orange, or purple.
The topic of white people wearing braids has sparked a fierce debate, with some people arguing that it is a harmless fashion choice, while others see it as a blatant example of cultural appropriation. Today, I'll be diving on this topic as I have seen many videos on it. So let's just get right into it. On one hand, some people argue that hair is just hair and people should be able to wear their hair looks as they want. While on the other hand, the braids have deep roots on black culture and may see it as a symbol of cultural identity. But what about the argument that cultural exchange is a part of life? Shouldn't we be embracing and appreciating cultural practices rather than shutting them down? Others may say that when non-blacks wear braids, they are profiting from a cultural symbol without acknowledging its origin or respecting its significance. Like saying that braids were created by Vikings. The debate gets even more complicated when you consider the historical context of braids. From ancient African civilization to modern day black cultural movements. Braids have played a significant role in resisting oppressive systems and reclaiming identity. When white people wear braids without understanding or acknowledging this history, it can come off as disrespectful or even insensitive.
Now let's talk about the history of box braids. The box braids we know today originated in 3500 BC in South Africa. They aren't that different than the braids of the Mbantu women, and they're the same braids worn by the women in the Nile Valley. The hair was weaved into durable skull fiber caps, so it can oftentimes be reused for traditional ceremonies. Their box braids were decorated with beads, jewels, shells, and other valuable objects. The braids revealed key aspects of women's identity. They showed their readiness to mate, their wealth, and high priesthood. Now, a woman with box braids meant a woman of fortune, as they were expensive in terms of time and materials. Now, let's jump to the 1800s. The tie-on laws made it illegal for black women to show their hair in public, and the braids that once represented fortune didn't have that same value according to Eurocentric standards. In 1993, Janet Jackson appeared in the film Poetic Justice rocking box braids, and they became a huge trend in the black community. Other stars in the 90s, like Brandy, showed the versatility of box braids. However, black women are still being told that box braids are unprofessional, and little black girls are being sent home from school for wearing them. Box braids are beautiful crowns that are a big part of our heritage. And to this day, we still value them, just as our ancestors.
In many African culture, braids are more than just a hairstyle. They are a symbol of community, family, and cultural heritage. They are often worn on special occasions, weddings, and spiritual ceremonies, and are passed on from one generation to the other. When a non-black adopted this hairstyle without understanding its significance, it can also be seen as a cultural theft.
And today, we're talking about cornrows. They actually date back to at least 3,000 years. Cornrows originated in sub-Saharan Africa and were first seen in a cave painting from 3000 BCE. These intricate braid patterns were most popular with Nigeria's Yoruba women. They represented one's tribe, age, social position, occupation, or marital status. Braiding was also a way for women to socialize and bond with each other. But in the 16th century, slave traders shaved African women and men's hair before putting them on slave ships to strip them of their cultural identity and humanity. In the colonial days, black women cornrowed their hair in simplistic neat rows to keep their scalp cool and because it was easy to maintain. Enslaved Africans eventually used cornrows as a communication code. The patterns hid escape routes, and tiny seeds were hidden in the braids to grow new crops. In the 1960s and 70s, cornrows started to become popular again. They were proudly worn in the media by Cicely Tyson, Nina Simone, and many more. However, their presence was limited to black media. In 1979, white actress Bo Derek appeared in a movie wearing cornrows. This cultural appropriation led to the rise of non-black women wearing the style. Cornrows were specifically made for tight textured hair, and the extensive history and meaning behind them make them a vital part of black culture. And to this day, cornrows are still being worn and rocked by black women and little black girls all over the world.
But are there any instances whereby wearing braids can be seen as cultural appreciation rather than cultural appropriation? One argument is that when people of different races come together to learn from and share different traditions, it can lead to greater understanding and respect. However, this requires a genuine effort to learn, listen, and acknowledge the cultural origins of these practices. On the other hand, there are countless black people that are ridiculed, mocked, or even punished for wearing braids, while their non-blacks counterparts are praised for the same hairstyle. This double standard is a painful reminder of systematic racism and cultural erasure that Black people have faced for centuries.
This is exactly why we call it cultural appropriation. To just take off the hair and be presentable, be digestible for the white man when it is
The debate of white people wearing braids is a multifaceted one with valid arguments from both sides. While it is essential to acknowledge the cultural significance of braids in the Black community, it's also crucial to recognize the complexities of cultural exchange and appreciation. So that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic because it's just a crazy non-ending topic. So do not forget to like and comment, and also subscribe to the channel for the next coming videos. Until next time, bye.